Well, good evening. Don Keating here with you from the Ohio Weather Center in eastern Ohio. We're focusing on the upper Midwest right now, Wisconsin into Illinois and Iowa. As the old saying goes, never trust a warm front. And boy, there's quite a bow echo that has developed associated north of this warm front. You can see this in motion. I've got the wind gusts plotted on here. Take a look at these, two of them in particular. Decorah, Iowa had a wind gust of 56 as this storm moved through. And then down here in Decorah, Iowa, and then Freeport, Illinois. Both wind gusts of 56 miles per hour. And you can see the yellow outlined areas, severe thunderstorm warnings, and the red outlined area right here, a tornado warning. Apparently some rotation being spotted in this bow echo as it moves to the southeast at a rather rapid pace. Now, will that affect us? Well, I seriously doubt it. If anything, maybe Lake Erie very late tonight into tomorrow morning, if it holds together that long. But I really have my doubts about it. Now, let's take a look at the Ohio Valley. We'll put the temperatures on here for you. Most recently, they are cooling off nicely. Here's a 75. Let's get rid of that animation for you so you can take a look at these. 75 degrees in Worcester. There's a 75 over here. I believe that's Marysville. 75 degrees also in Marion. So 81 degrees in Marion, I'm sorry. 81 in Mansfield as well. Anyway, long story short, these with the humidity translate into these heat indices, and they're pretty high right now. 89 at Gallipolis, 88 at Marietta, Parkersburg, 87 at Huntington, Chesapeake, Ironton, most places in the 80s. This 97, not going to happen. That's an old one. Ignore it. Even though the report was at 7:21 p.m., it's still old. So, long story short, we have some very muggy conditions out there. You can see for the far left-hand corner, there's that severe thunderstorm watch in effect for the upper Midwest because of that bow echo that's taking place right now. I really don't see any break in this heat and humidity for the next 3 days at least, folks. I'm sorry to say. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday should be comfortably in the upper 80s and mid 90s down here along the Ohio River. When you see the weather video tomorrow that I'm going to record tomorrow morning, well, you'll be surprised at the forecast highs for Friday down in the southwest corner of the state. Oppressive, very oppressive. With the humidity, yeah, it's not going to be a nice scene. And this heat just isn't for the Midwestern U.S. This is also widespread across the Plain States and up here into the Dakotas and Montana. You can see highs all the way into the low and mid 90s in many parts of Montana, 91, 91, 93, and 95. And I did see some places in the Dakotas earlier that had readings well above 100. There was a 109 out here. I failed to get to town. And there's still 102 out here in Nebraska. And what do their heat index looks like? Well, first off, let's show you this. Those are the current temperatures. Now, take a look at the humidity. Okay, let's take a look at that 102 reading in north central Nebraska. So the humidity with that is what? Oh, 20%. Boy, if we had a 102 reading and 20% humidity here, we wouldn't know what to do because it'd be a dry heat. So what do you do when you have a 20% humidity and 102 degree temperature? You have a heat index of 100. 2 degrees lower. So I guess a little math lesson there real quickly about what the lack of humidity really does for you with heat. I've rambled enough, and as we zoom back into our wonderful state of Ohio, I'm going to let you go and remind you that you will catch up with us tomorrow on Ohio Weather on Facebook. Until then, make sure the pets, the elderly, and everybody has plenty of cold water, air conditioning, fans, and a way to stay comfortable, or at least cool, in this oppressive heat and humidity.